Hello, welcome to this quick Pilates workout using the ball. Let's get straight into it, grabbing the ball. We're going to shift our bottom over to one side of our feet and then just take a big reach over, stretching through the side of the body. You can take a pulse here, keeping that tension through the waist. We're going to bring ourselves up through center and then over to the other side, taking that big reach over. A little pulse here if you like. Coming back through the center. Let's look up towards the ball, open through the chest, and just take a little arch back, stretching through the spine. And coming back to the center, putting the ball to the side just for a minute as we roll through those shoulders. And let's reverse that circle. Bringing those shoulders up and then dropping them down. And again. One more. And let's tuck that chin towards the chest. Looking up towards the ceiling. Taking our ear towards our shoulder, lengthening through those opposite fingertips. And over to the other side. And release. Grabbing your ball, let's come to lie down. We're going to lie down with the ball in between our shoulder blades. So it should be quite comfortable. If you poke your shoulder blades out, it should be around the center of the circle. And then we're going to reach our arms out long over our head and our legs are going to extend out long as well. And let's take a few breaths here, really stretching through the spine. You can move your arms out to the side, over your head. See how that changes the stretch through your chest, through your arms. Deep breaths here, expanding through the ribs. One more breath here. Let's bring our feet hip distance apart. We are bending through the knees and our hands are going to come behind our head. Elbows are nice and wide, relaxing all the way over the ball. Taking a breath in here. As we exhale, use that lower part of your core to C-shape through the spine, curling up, chest towards the thighs. Inhale, release, all the way over the ball. Let's go here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. We're going to hold up on this last one. Now try and pulse your chest towards your thighs as though you want to take the pressure off the ball. Let's go for 4 more. Really C-shaping through the spine. Feel that lumbar spine into the mat. And let's release all the way over the ball. Take a breath here. As we exhale, let's curl up. Chest comes towards the thighs again, and we're going to bring that left leg into tabletop. We're going to twist opposite elbow to the outside of our knee, coming through the center as we lengthen that leg out long. Let's twist and extend for 8, 7, 6, working through that oblique. So the twist is coming from our torso, not from our elbow. 4 more, 3, 2, a last one coming through center. Let's drop that foot down, coming straight into the other side. We are twisting and extending through center for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. A last one, we are coming through center. Drop that foot down. Let's take a little rest here. So relaxing all the way over the ball, stretching through the spine. Again, deep inhale here. As we exhale, let's curl up. Lumbar spine drives into the mat. We're C-shaping through the spine. Lift that right leg to tabletop and then the left leg to join. We're going to extend that right leg out long. As we bring it back in, we're extending the left leg. Let's go here for 8, 7, 6, squeezing through the waist. Try to keep that pressure off the ball so we're nice and high. Beautiful. Let's add in a twist through the torso. So as we bend our knee in, we're twisting. Opposite elbow, twist to the outside of our knee. A little bit more stability needed here to keep steady on that ball. Let's go 2 more to either side. Coming back through the center, drop those feet down. Let's take a rest again. So releasing over the ball, stretching through the spine. Let's reset. Inhale. As we exhale, tuck the pelvis under. We are rolling up, lifting the right leg into tabletop and the left leg into tabletop. Let's lengthen both legs out long and then hug them back in. The lower you go with these legs, the more work it's going to be for that core. So see how you go. Always the option to bring them up a little bit higher. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2. A last one. Let's lengthen them out long. Can we pulse them up? 2 inches, down 2 inches for 8. 7. Try to keep that C shape through the spine. This is challenging. 4 more. 3, 2 more. Last one. Let's take a little rest here. Just hug those knees into the chest. Just reset yourself on the ball if you need to. Almost to the end now. Let's bring those legs back into tabletop. Hands come behind the head, elbows nice and wide. Now we're going to lengthen those legs out long. As we do, see if you can lengthen your body over the ball and then exhale, hug everything back in. We're here for 8, 7. Using that lower part of your core for that control. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one, and release. Let's lengthen out long over that ball. Take a few breaths here, shaking everything. Last one. And release. Let's take that ball out from behind us. We're going to come back lying down on the mat. Ball is going to come in between our knees. Feet hip distance apart. We have that nice neutral spine. So neutral spine, we have that little gap between our lumbar spine and the mat. Our hips and our pubic bone are nice and even. So really relaxed position here. Hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide, coming into a set of ab curls. So deep inhale. As we exhale, let's tuck that pelvis under. We're rolling up, curling chest towards thighs. As we do, squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Inhale, release the pressure on the ball as we release the head and shoulders back down to the mat. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. On our last one, we're going to hold up. Now try and keep the pressure on the ball as we twist over towards the right, over towards the left. Nice. 3, 4. Try to hover both shoulder blades off the mat, so we're really working through the waist. Beautiful. 1 more either side. Starting to burn now, coming through the center. Can we take an inhale? As we exhale, pulsing that chest 1 inch higher, squeezing the ball and releasing down. Take a rest, have a breath. Nice. Let's bring those arms down by our side and we're going to move into a pelvic curl now. So pelvic curls are nice, roll through the spine. Try to feel 1 vertebrae at a time as you roll up and then 1 at a time as you lower back down. So arms are just rest by our sides. Let's take a deep inhale. As we exhale, we're tucking that pelvis under and then lifting the hips and lift 1 vertebrae at a time off the mat until we're just resting in between those shoulder blades. Making sure we're not coming so high that we're on our neck and we're flaring through the ribs. So just come as far as those shoulder blades and try and think about shortening the distance between the bottom of your rib and the top of your hip. So nice and tight here. Inhale at the top and then exhale, we are melting down. Again, feel 1 vertebrae at a time all the way back down to that neutral spine position. Exhale, we are rolling up. See if you can add a squeeze on that ball. Inhale at the top and then exhale a slow melt down and you can take some of that pressure off the ball. Let's go for 2 more, rolling all the way up. Inhale at the top. Rolling all the way down. Last one, let's roll all the way up and we're going to hold here. We're going to squeeze and release the ball for 16, 15. So our hips are staying lifted. We've still got that connection between the bottom of the rib and the top of the hip. So nice and tight through the core, squeezing through the glutes, pressing through the heels. Let's go for 8 more presses. 7, working through those inner thighs. 5, 4 more. On our last one, let's hold the pressure on the ball. Now from here, we're going to drop those hips just 2 inches, lift them up 2 inches. Let's go here for 16. Squeezing into the glutes, squeezing through the core. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 3, 2, last one, lifting those hips up. Nice. Let's see if we can release those arms straight up towards the ceiling. If that feels too unsteady for you, just bring them back down to the mat. That's totally fine. Let's have some pressure on the ball. Now we're going to try and drop the tailbone straight down to tap the mat. So no roll, just straight drop and then straight lift. We're here for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Starting to burn through those glutes now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 3, 2, a last one. Both hips are staying lifted. Now try and swivel through your hips. So you want to try and keep that right hip lifted. We're going to twist through our hips, try and tap that left butt bone onto the mat, and then lift both hips back up and then swivel to the other side. So we're trying to separate through that pelvis, just getting that flexibility through our hips. Nice. Let's go one more either side. Both hips come lifted. You can press those palms back down to the mat. Take an inhale and exhale. We are melting down one vertebrae at a time, all the way back to that neutral position. Let's hug those knees into the chest and then just gently rock side to side, catching our breath back. Let's move the ball in between our ankles. We're going to bring our right hand to our right knee and our left hand to our left knee, hugging up into a ball. So forehead is towards our knees. As we inhale, we're going to lengthen out long. So our lumbar spine is pressed on the mat. Legs are extending and arms are extending. As we exhale, we circle the arms around, hug ourselves back up into our ball. We're here for 8, 7. Now, if that's too much pressure on your lumbar spine, totally fine. Just extend those legs up a little bit higher. It will take the pressure off. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Squeezing that ball between the legs for a little bit extra. Last one. And release. Again, just rocking gently side to side, catching our breath back. Alrighty, coming into our next pelvic curl exercise. So we're going to put that ball underneath our left foot. Any point this feels a little bit too unsteady for you, just bring that foot back onto the mat. That's totally fine. See how you go. Deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, tuck the pelvis under. We are rolling up to lift the hips. Inhale at the top. Exhale, we are melting down. One vertebrae at a time. Let's go for 3 more. So rolling up and rolling down. You'll notice it's a little bit harder to balance now because we've got that ball underneath our foot. Last one, we're going to roll up and hold. From here, option to bring those arms up towards the ceiling. No worries if you want to keep them on the mat. Drop the tailbone straight down, lifting the hips straight up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3. On our last one, let's leave those hips lifted, and now we're just going to do a little pulse. So just drop an inch, lift them up an inch for 8, 7. That last little part of the movement, squeezing into the glutes, pressing through that supporting heel. 3 more. Last one, hips are lifted. Now let's bring those palms back down to the mat. If this pose is enough for you, just stay here nice and strong. Our challenge option, try and press down into the ball. You have your palms as well. Can we lift our right leg into tabletop? Can we hold here for 4 breaths? Inhale, exhale, 2. Feeling it through that left hamstring. Last breath. We're going to step that foot down and then roll all the way down, and let's just release through that hamstring. So extend our leg up towards the ceiling, flexing the foot if you can, holding on to wherever on your leg you can reach. And just trying to exhale to pull that leg in towards your chest. Couple of breaths here, releasing through that hamstring. Last breath. And let's come to the other side. So ball is coming underneath our right foot. Setting up to start again. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, we are rolling up. And then we are melting down. So nice and slow. 2, 3. Last one, we are holding up. Nice. Now let's tap the tailbone straight to the mat and lift it straight up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. Last one, our hips are lifted. Now let's pulse here, just that little inch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2. Last one, hips are lifted. Let's see how we go. We've got our palms there if we need them. We're going to try and press into that right leg. Lift that left leg into tabletop. Holding here nice and steady. Taking deep breaths here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there. Last one. Let's step that foot back down, rolling all the way down, and let's release through that right hamstring. Lengthen that leg up, flexing the foot if you can. Exhaling into that stretch. Catching our breath here. Final breath here. And release. I'm just going to move my mic so I can do my rolls for the next exercise. Alrighty, grabbing the ball. Let's put the ball in between our heels. Hands come behind the head, elbows are nice and wide. We're going to relax our head into the mat. So a couple of options here. We'll see how we go. We can make it a little bit gentler if we need to. So the key for this one is we want to go nice and slow. We're not using momentum, we're using our core strength and our control. So inhale, we're going to roll back, knees come to our shoulders, try and keep that head rested on the mat. As we exhale, we're going to roll that spine back onto the mat. As we do, we're picking up our head and shoulders and then lengthening the legs out long. See if you can give that ball a squeeze. Inhale, we are rolling back, nice and controlled and slow. Exhale, curling up, extending out long. Let's go for 6 more. 5. Now, if you're finding that a bit much, just leave your head and shoulders on the mat as you extend that leg, those legs out long. That's totally fine. See how you go. Another option to make it gentler is lengthening those legs up a little bit higher. Let's go for 4 more, whatever your variation is. Nice and slow. Try to squeeze that ball. 3, 2, last one. We're going to lengthen those legs out long. If we can, come up into that curl position. And we're going to squeeze and release the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more. Last one, and release. Hug those knees into the chest and gently just rock side to side. Releasing through the spine. Nice, grabbing that ball from between our feet. Let's come into our roll up. I've moved down my mat. Alrighty, for our roll up, we're gonna lengthen the ball over our body. We're nice and long here. Deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're gonna bring that ball over our chest as we curl up to sit. Inhale, reaching forward. Now here, if you want an extra stretch, just flex the feet as we reach forward. Exhale, we're using our core to control that roll down. Inhale, arms come over the head. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Last one, we are rolling up. Let's come into a stretch. So just separate those legs a little bit, flex the feet, and then take little pulses forward As an alternative, placing that ball on the mat and then just rolling forward, trying to lengthen through the spine, stretching through the back of the legs. And let's come up to sitting. You can put the ball to the side. And we'll finish off with just a couple of breaths here. So holding onto the knees. Let's inhale, arch through the spine, open through the chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, curling back. So C shape through the spine, chin towards the chest, separate those shoulder blades. And just working through these two poses. Last one. And coming up to sitting. Thank you for joining me. Well done. That was short but super challenging. And I'll be here again with another prop to torture you with next time. Well done.